Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 190. Please subscribe. I'm going to do something different, but not totally different, because I've done this lesson this way the past 2 years. And I'm going to be weaving in for our spiritual tapestry previous lessons, or sometimes just a part of a lesson or a phrase from a lesson. Again, to see the beneficence and the cohesiveness of this wonderful course that we are here together studying and learning. So I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Really a no-brainer kind of statement. Of course I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Why would I want pain? But this lesson is going into telling us really what pain is and why many indeed have chosen pain instead. Pain is a wrong perspective. When it's experienced in any form, it is proof of self-deception. It's not a fact at all. There is no form it takes that will not disappear if seen aright, for pain proclaims God cruel. Going into lesson 38, there is nothing my holiness cannot do, and there is nothing the power of God cannot do. Your holiness then can remove all pain, can end all sorrow, and solve all problems. It can do so in connection with yourself and with anyone else. There's nothing my holiness cannot do. Can such projections be attested to? Can they be anything but wholly false? Pain is but witness to the Son's mistakes and what he thinks he is, but I do not know what anything is for. So then it's the nightmare of abandonment, but I cannot be abandoned because God goes with me wherever I go. So it's a nightmare of abandonment by an eternal love, but God goes with me wherever I go. Pain is a sign illusions reign in place of truth. It demonstrates God is denied, confused with fear, perceived as mad, and seen as traitor to himself. If God is real, there is no pain. If pain is real, there is no God. But there is no love but God's. And the lesson says, for vengeance is not part of love, and there is no love but God's, and vengeance is never going to be a part of God's love, or love that is real and true and perfect. We call it unconditional love. It is perfect love, and there is no vengeance in that. Now, paragraph 4 says, peace to such foolishness. The time has come to laugh at such insane ideas. And I can afford to laugh at fear thoughts, knowing that God goes with me wherever I go. So I laugh at insane ideas. There's no need to think of them as savage crimes or secret sins with weighty consequences. Who but a madman can conceive of them as cause of anything? Paragraph 5, it's your thoughts alone that cause you pain, but my salvation comes from me. And later on this paragraph, it says, no one but yourself affects you. And I have to go to lesson 70, that my salvation comes from me, and saying that, remember the thought, the consequence, or the cost of accepting this idea that my salvation comes from me is this. It means that nothing outside yourself can save you, nothing outside yourself can give you peace, but it also means that nothing outside yourself can hurt you or disturb your peace or upset you in any way. So no one but myself affects me. There's nothing in the world that has the power to make you ill or sad or weak or frail, but it is you who have the power to dominate all things you see by merely recognizing what you are. I am as God created me, and indeed I am not a victim of the world I see, which will bring back in again. My holy brother, think of this a while. The world you see does nothing. The world I see holds nothing that I want. But beyond this world, there is a world I want. This world has no effects at all. It merely represents your thoughts, and it will change entirely as you elect to change your mind and choose the joy of God as what you really want. I choose the joy of God instead of pain. Yes, today's lesson. As you really want yourself, your true self, your big S self is radiant in this holy joy, unchanged, unchanging, and unchangeable forever and forever, because I am as God created me. The world may seem to cause you pain, and what I see in this world is indeed a form of vengeance, and yet the world is causeless and has no power to cause. As an illusion, it is what you wish. Your idle wishes represent its pains. But again, my holiness envelops everything I see. So your thoughts of death envelop in fear, while my holiness will envelop it in love and peace and joy and salvation, while our kind forgiveness does it live. Pain is the thought of evil taking form and working havoc in your holy mind. Pain is the ransom you have gladly paid, not to be free, but I am not a victim of the world I see, and I must remember that I have invented the world I see. There's a lot here. And again, and I do not perceive my own best interest. And the world becomes a cruel and bitter place where sorrow rules and little joys give way before the onslaught of the savage pain that waits to end all joy in misery. Paragraph 9 says, lay down your arms and come without defense into the quiet place where heaven's peace holds all things still at last. And I am, of course, reminded of yesterday's lesson telling us to come with holy, empty hands unto your God. Forget this world, forget this course. Come with holy, empty hands unto your God. Lay down your arms and come without defense, where heaven's peace holds all things still at last. Lay down the cruel sword of judgment that you hold against your throat, and put aside the withering assaults with which you seek to hide your holiness. But there is no death, the Son of God is free, and there is no cruelty in God, and therefore none in me. Paragraph 10, here you will understand there is no pain. Here does the joy of God belong to you. This is a day when it is given you to realize the lesson that contains all of salvation's power in this. Pain is illusion, joy, reality. Pain is but sleep, joy is awakening. Pain is deception, joy alone is truth. God's peace and joy are mine, and I choose the joy of God instead of pain. And then for paragraph 11, and so again, we make the only choice that can ever be made. We choose between illusions and the truth, or pain and joy, or hell and heaven. Let our gratitude unto our teacher fill our hearts, and we are free to choose our joy instead of pain, our holiness in place of sin, and the peace of God instead of conflict, and the light of heaven for the darkness of the world. I am the light of the world, and I am as God created me. And this is the lesson that all of us must learn and accept and hold onto within our minds and our hearts, so that we in truth can be free of the prison that we have made and willingly walked into. So that's it for today. It's different, I'm guessing, than usual. Although, again, I've done this in the past. I hope it helped. I hope it made sense. That's, always when I go off the rails, I wonder if it makes sense. Please like, please share, please comment, please smile, knowing that there is no death, knowing that there is only joy waiting for you, and choose that today. And taking a deep breath, release everything else, and please be here tomorrow. Namaste.